Welcome back to another AMC Financial Astrology Update video. AMC DD you absolutely cannot get anywhere else. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune. And today, not only are we going to be looking at AMC's moon phase analysis and AMC's star chart, but we're also going to be looking at the SPY and GameStop's moon phase analysis to predict where the overall market is going to go and the memes are going to go on this up and coming week with a full moon on the day of the CPI data. That's definitely going to be a stock mover. We're talking about in the Discord and how we're going to play this full moon. We have interesting setups across the board that we're going to talk about. But before we get started, hit that like button. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and check us out. The Market Moon Lord Discord is where I'm going to be dropping whatever I think is going to happen throughout the week. Let's get started. Welcome to the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Okay, so the Moon Lords know exactly what this is, but if you're new here, go ahead and check out my video on how to trade the moon phases to get a better grasp of what's happening here. But as you guys know, we are in a waxing period. The last time I did a video was about the new moon, and we did get a push into the new moon, but then we fell right on the new moon, and we stopped after the day after and started reversing back up. What I like about what's happening here is this new moon took us above this resistance line around the 388. And then we fell under it, but now we're testing it again right above it at the 388 again. So we're kind of back on the launch pad for this waxing period. And then we have the full moon on July 13th is a Wednesday, CPI data. I expect that we're going to keep heading up into that full moon. When I pull up the indicators are looking pretty good. The RSI is above 50. We're pushing up on the MACD. But based on the algorithm, guys, we haven't gone up on a double phase in a long time. So I'm not holding my breath for that. It does look like we're going to lead up into the full moon going up. But then on the actual full moon on the CPI data report, I won't be surprised if we do have a drop after that. And then maybe it's a short-term drop. But yeah, I don't expect us to go up double phases in a row. Okay, I do expect us to probably start going down or maybe consolidating and waiting for the new moon again based upon what's been happening. The thing here is it's a Capricorn full moon, and Capricorn does represent a restriction, but it also represents foundation. And we could be kind of setting a new foundation in the stock market. After all, we did have a lot of buying volume the last several days. And this could be the full moon that, especially since it's on a big report day of the CPI, this could be that full moon that kind of sets a new trend in the market. Okay. So, yeah, this one is definitely going to be very interesting. Now, I would almost prefer us to kind of maybe consolidate or drop a little bit and then on the full moon reverse back up, since maybe we're pricing something in. And then we're ready to head back up. So if we get a little drop Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, maybe the algorithm will start going up on that full moon. But if we start heading up, then on Wednesday, yeah, I won't be surprised if we do see some type of dip. You can see the last time we had an uptrend into the full moon and kept going up after that. Double phases in a row was last year, the end of last year. And that's what I'm saying. I prefer to see something more like this where we, have a couple days of upside and then we dropped a couple days before the full moon and started popping again, okay? You can kind of see it here. We had a little upside, dropped a couple days before, and then we started popping again. So it's tricky coming into these full moons. See, it almost, the full moon pops tend to happen after a little drop into it. Okay, you see it here. You can almost see it here too. Okay, so based on what's been happening, yeah, I won't be surprised if we dip on that full moon. But it all comes down to the CPI data report. And at the end of the day, the Pluto retrograde started up here. And I told you guys a long time ago, it's kind of weird based on history. And we went back years that typically we won't fall underneath where we started the Pluto retrograde. So I do think we want to go back into that. Not to mention a Capricorn full moon could say new foundation is getting set. And it could also say a brand new restriction. So it really comes down to the CPI report on the full moon. but let's check out GameStop. GameStop's looking pretty good. On the last new moon, it stopped falling, started consolidating right on my support line at the 117 level. And then it started heading up. So it's definitely on a launch pad for full moon pop, especially since I got good news last week. And so if we get a good report on Wednesday, I definitely think we're going to see the high 140s, maybe even get to the 150s for a full moon pop on GameStop. If we get bad news on a CPI data, it does look like this phase, the waning period, will probably take us back down to the $117 level. Okay, so all comes down to that full moon on Wednesday, but I do expect us to get some more upside Monday, Tuesday, leading into the full moon on GameStop. GameStop's looking pretty healthy. Okay, so what we all been waiting for, AMC's moon phase analysis. As you can see, GameStop and all the memes, they've been heading up since the eclipse. Okay, so the eclipse was the bottom to me. I love that the eclipse does signify that. And we've been slowly going up since then, guys. AMC's been respecting this trend line that I haven't moved. And now this last phase since the new moon, we're now officially above the 50 MA. We're above where we started the new moon. Volume starting to come in. We're above neutral on the RSI. We're really good, looking good on the MACD. Okay, so yeah, we're looking like we're set up on AMC very nicely for a full moon pop. I'm thinking the pop could take us to the $16 level if we get one. We might even head into Monday, Tuesday and hit that $16 level if we keep heading up into the full moon. And then it comes down to the CPI data. If we get bad news on CPI data and we start heading down, I don't think AMC is going to fall much lower than the $13 level. Okay, we have a line right there at 13.40. I could probably see us hitting this trend line again. So maybe we do see the high 12s again if we start falling into the on that CPI report. If not, then I think we're going to really test maybe 16 to the $17 mark, and somehow if we get some crazy data, we could be testing the 20s next week. Okay, but yeah, everything's looking good. But based on the algo, guys, I'm not gonna get us hype. We've been just choppy between these phases, so I'm expecting the same algorithm to continue to happen unless we get some type of banger report on that CPI data. All right, but let's check out the actual full moon on AMC's chart. Okay, so we have AMC's chart pulled up July 13th for the full moon. It's in Capricorn over here. And it's on AMC's, or it's near AMC's Venus. Venus is 28 degrees and full moon is 7 degrees away. We know Venus has to do with branding, relationships, and money. So I'm not mad at that. And when the full moon is happening, look at what's happening over here on AMC's moon, AMC's Jupiter. We have a lot of energy in the sign of Cancer, where those two signs sit for AMC, or those two planets sit for AMC. So that to me is kind of bullish. It's almost like, AMC is getting a lot of love, a lot of attention, a lot of news, a lot of catalyst type energy, having the sun, the planet of illumination, attention, reputation, on AMC's exalted Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, on AMC's moon at home in the sign of Cancer. We have the sign of news, or the planet of news, Mercury, on the sign of Jupiter. That has to do with expansion, the legal system, abundance, and good luck, actually. So that to me could be a lot of really good catalyst like news type indications. Okay. Now the sun is making a positive aspect to AMC Saturn, along with Mercury, which to me, again, Saturn deals with, because it's Capricorn, it deals with foundation. Okay. It deals with things you've been working on, structures you've been trying to build. AMC Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio, of transformation, trying to transform something, trying to take things over, trying to use resources to make more resources. Okay, that's what Scorpio likes to do. And the Saturn is getting opposition from Uranus, and that's very like futuristic like energy, breaking through limitations that you've had in the past. Okay, that's what Uranus wants to do with Saturn. Okay, Uranus wants to kind of thrust you into the future. So this is a lot of good energy that Saturn's getting, actually. It's also making a sextile to the moon and trying to Mercury. Okay, so there's a lot of good news. If I'm concerned about one thing, though, I don't really like what's happening with the sun, because the sun is making a square to Neptune. Neptune just went retrograde. We know the sun deals with the company's reputation, but also the CEO. So there could be something happening with Adam he's doing behind the scenes with the Neptune retrograde that we may have to find out about later, that may not be all that great. But at the same time, the sun is getting opposition from Venus, which is an opportunity. Okay. And Venus is in the sign of Gemini, bringing people together, networking. So Venus, there's a lot of Venus things happening in our chart right now on this full moon. So there could be some good relationship stuff happening with the company. We see that the NFT just came out for the mining company. Now, the Jupiter that's in the sky is also making a conjunction 0 degrees to AMC's Uranus in the sign of Aries. This is like a brand new identity that could be coming to the forefront for AMC. Not to mention, Uranus is the co-ruler of AMC's 0 degree Aquarius ascendant. Okay, so yeah, this is a very much about identity and about AMC's making its mark in the world. Okay, and Jupiter is literally about expansion, and since it's 0 degrees, these are two outer planets making a conjunction. This right here is like some serious strong hardcore energy. So yeah, there's a lot of uniqueness happening in the chart right now, which I'm very excited for. One thing I want to mention, a lot of astrologers are talking about the fact that Mars just went into Taurus, the financial system sign, and this is going to, since Mars is a malefic, that's why it's one of the red planets on the chart, along with Saturn and Pluto. It usually can create chaos and havoc. I do expect to see some more hedge funds falling this up and coming week on this full moon. And who knows, maybe it can lead to margin calls, but we're going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you guys new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification. Check us out, the Market Moonlord Discord. You guys remember, we're in this together. I'm holding with you guys. It's been a long journey, but I do believe that we're finally in the fourth quarter and the end has to be near. I don't think it's going to drag on past this year at the latest. Okay, but anyway, guys, thank you guys for stopping by and watching the video. I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. And you're watching the Market Moonlord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Until next time, peace.
Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune.